Are you trying to earn the approval of God or the approval of man? I think that oftentimes in life we want to earn human approval. We want other people to tell us that we're doing good. We want it to appear to others as though we are on the right path. We're doing what everybody else is doing, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. But that is not always what God wants us to do. Oftentimes, we know what it is that God wants us to do, but we have problems when it comes to obeying God. I think that we all feel a calling in a certain direction, or we all have certain things that we truly love and truly want to pursue. But at the end of the day, we just resort back to what everybody else is doing so that we can gain the approval from other people. Now, that thing, that calling, that thing that you really want to do, that you really want to pursue, that dream, you can call it, I believe that is often from God. I don't know if I'm right. I'm just speaking based off my opinions, my experience, my thoughts. I think that those callings, those things that we feel pulled towards, are from God. I think that it is what God wants us to do. And I think that doing them is obeying God, living in accordance with his plan and his will for our life. But I often think that we ignore those things or we push them to the back burner so that we can gain the approval of other people. And I'm not sitting here and saying, oh, it's so easy to just say, I don't care about these people's opinions. This is what God wants me to do. I'm going to go do it. No, because it's not easy. It's really hard. It is very, very hard to ignore the opinions of others, say that you don't care about their approval, and say that you are only seeking God's approval. It's a very hard thing to do. I think that it is impossible to be perfect at it because at the end of the day, we're always going to care about what other people think. But I do think that you should refuse to conform to the patterns of this world. Romans 12:2 says, do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. For then you will experience God's will, his good, perfect, and pleasing will. The only way for us to gain the approval of God is to not do what everybody else is doing. Okay, you cannot conform to the patterns of this world. You cannot go out and drink what they're drinking. You cannot go out and smoke what they're smoking. You cannot go out and, do what everybody else is doing and consume this random content on the internet. Do not conform to the patterns of this world. The only way to renew your mind is to be transformed. And if you don't conform to the patterns of this world, then you are not going to be approved by everybody else. You will not gain human approval. However, you will gain God's approval. And at the end of the day, God's approval is the only approval that matters. And you know what? It might be hard at first. You might struggle a little bit. You might feel lonely at times, but God will always be with you. And I promise you that not conforming to the patterns of this world, not conforming to the mold that society has laid out for us, will always be more fulfilling. And it will be more fulfilling in terms of your passions and your desires, but also God will allow you to live a more fulfilling life. Now, I just want to go back and touch on the dreams or callings that we may have. Now, again, I do believe that dreams, callings, passions, even the things that make us feel purpose, I believe that those are from God. I believe that those things are what we are supposed to be doing with our life. I do believe that those are the areas in which we are meant to pursue. Like for me, for example, I love running, I love endurance training, I love lifting weights, I love making videos, creating videos. I believe that this is the area, the field that I am meant to pursue. And I believe that God put that in my heart. I believe that God, gave me these desires, so I am pursuing them. Now I'm going to tell you that there was a long period of time where I felt this way, but I wasn't pursuing it. There's another Bible verse that I really like. It's Proverbs 13:12. Hope deferred makes the heart grow sick, but a longing fulfilled is the tree of life. What does this mean? Hope deferred. If we aren't chasing after the things that we love, right? If we aren't chasing after our passions or the things that give us purpose, if we are not pursuing what we love to do, then we are deferring our hope. We will grow sick. But a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. A longing, a desire fulfilled is the tree of life. If we chase after our desires, if we pursue our desires, if we live the life where our dreams and our desires become our reality, then we will experience the tree of life. We will live a life of fulfillment. We will experience fulfillment. I just think that so many people do not chase after what they truly want or do not live the life that they truly want because they care so much about what other people think. And they care so much about putting on this mask that says, oh, I have it all figured out. I got the job that everybody else wanted gifted me to get. And I feel that so many people don't pursue what they truly want to pursue in life because they are scared of the opinions of others, or they care so deeply about the approval of other people, and they just want to appear on the outside as having it all figured out. They want to go to that school that everybody told them to go to, or they want to get that job that everybody thinks is a good job, right? From the outside, everything looks good, but on the inside, you might be experiencing this hope deferred. You might be experiencing this sickness from deferring your hope, from not pursuing your passions. And I just think that that is all too common in society and in life, because I think that everybody at a young age forces themselves into this life that they don't truly want to live because it looks successful from the outside. You know, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, even your parents, you know, can look at you and say you're successful. They can look at you and see that you got the job that everybody wanted you to get. You know, from the outside looking in, it looks great, but on the inside, really, you're not pursuing the life that you ever wanted to pursue, and instead you're living somebody else's life. And I think that if we are constantly seeking for the approval of man, if we are constantly just doing what other people want us to do, or doing the things that look good to other people, then we will live a life that lacks purpose, that lacks fulfillment, and we will live a life where we throw our passions, our dreams, our desires out the window, and we just do what everybody else wants us to do, and we just conform to society. And to me, that does not sound like a good life. So I will urge you to do the opposite. Do not seek the approval of man, but seek the approval of God. And the only way to gain God's approval is to obey him, to do the things that he has put in your heart and on your mind. That is the only way. And then you will be the tree of life. You will fulfill those longings, those desires, those dreams that you have. So obey God. Listen to God. Those thoughts in your head, those feelings on your heart, those are from God, because he knows you best. He knows what you're meant to do. And if you obey him, and if you do those things that he wants you to do, if you do those things that you feel pulled towards or that you feel called to, you will live a life of fulfillment and a life of purpose. Now that sounds like a good life. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you got something out of it. This was just a thought that was on my head. I wanted to come out here and share it. Do not seek human approval, but seek the approval of God. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.